The Tomb, an Easter egg, no perks. Let's see how this goes. I decided to go with the ASG. Everybody knows it's a meta gun and it's a powerhouse of a weapon, and it's gonna be the main thing that carries me through the Easter egg. So, with no time to waste, let's get right into it. So, I decided to stay in the spawn room for a couple rounds as I rack up points and resources. And as I'm going through, I'm thinking about what I need. I'm gonna need armor, I'm gonna need score streaks, I'm gonna need equipment. I'm gonna pretty much need everything I can to defend myself, as perks are really those abilities that help. And without that, it kind of sucks. So I gotta make sure to use everything in my arsenal to make sure I can complete this Easter egg. And with all that on my mind, when everything was going smooth, this happens. And that's a restart. I decided to restart as I didn't make as much early game progression, so it's better for a smoother experience. So as I'm going through the tomb and opening up door to door, I finally make it to the Nexus point. I decide to do the asteroid side Easter egg, as a free Pack-a-Punch crystal and Cryo Freeze will help, especially with the next side Easter egg that I do, freezing the rivers, giving me a rare Ether. This helps me get ahead of the game, making sure that I'm good, and as points won't really be needed to buy perks, I don't really gotta worry much about spending the amount of points that would take to buy most of the perks. I kill the Mimic and pick up the Monocle. I buy tier 2 armor and start doing the steps to acquire the Ice Staff. So during these steps and these lockdowns, usually I feel more comfortable with Juggernog and Quick Revive, as I feel like it protects me more and I don't gotta worry much about all the boss spam. But at the same time, it's an early round, so it didn't really bother me as much. So I get the first Ice Staff part, then the next one, and finally I begin the defense step. Usually I always have a hard time with this one, but it seems like in this game I was so locked in that I was perfectly fine. I complete the step, and there it is, the beautiful Ice Staff. Except in this game, it's ass. So let's upgrade it. I shoot the 3 lanterns, I upgrade my ASG to purple rarity, and since I'm down here, I get the thing that's gonna protect me the most, tier 3 armor. As I'm getting the code for my staff, I feel confident in what I'm able to do. I have tier 3 armor, I'm about to have an upgraded Ice Staff, and my weapon is almost maxed out. I put the code on the wall for the Ice Staff, and I enter the portal. As I go through this step, I always think that I need to be prepared to the max, having the right perks for my health and making sure I'm good. But since there is no perks that I can have, I really have to thug it out with the weapons and armor that I have, which I think is fine. I'm on round 9, there's not much going on, and hey, oh look, the Amalgam. Now he's done. I have nothing to really worry about. It was a pretty smooth step that I completed, and there it is, Full Zero. I waste no time to begin the next step of the Easter egg, the first trial. This one is a breeze, it's not difficult. I mean, if you completed the Easter egg, you know what I'm talking about. But you just spam your Ice Staff here and you'll be perfectly fine. So then I take it back to its podium, and then I begin the second trial. This one I've always, every single game that I've attempted an Easter egg, always have a hard time with. And it seems to have followed me in this match as well. Sadly, I take my first down of the match. This really disrupted the whole flow that I had going. See, I'm supposed to have 5,000 salvage saved up to turn my weapon gold, which would have took me to around 20, 21, 22 to have it. But for security, I should have a self-res as well, because if I'm not having perks, I know I'm gonna get down. And since I got down here in this trial, the chances of me going down in the boss fight are even higher. So I'm gonna need to save up even more salvage now to get another self-revive. I'm so terrible. Anyways, I take the dark energy to the second podium and I begin the third trial. This one was pretty easy, just eliminate the doppelgas and obtain the dark energy. Nothing too difficult, but these doppelgas down the line will be either the scariest thing ever or the easiest thing to get out of my way. I pick up the dark energy and return it to its podium. The Ice Staff only has 3 healing shots, so I decided to go get this free max ammo, but it seems like luck was on my side. It was a vermin round. So I run through the vermin round, get the max ammo, and start to begin the 4th and final trial with the amalgamation. I'm not gonna lie, this is the easiest trial next to the Vermin trial. Anyways, I pick up the Dark Energy and return it to the last and final podium. And just like that, the Easter egg is complete. Now that's left is the boss fight. I'm not ready yet to do the final encounter, as I believe there is still more preparing to do. I run into this Doppelgast that I eliminate, and he drops me a mutant injection. Amazing. So I'm gonna hold on to this for the boss fight. As I go round by round, I keep things in mind that I should get. Pack-a-punching my gun to tier 3, getting it gold, and looking for an ammo mod that will fit well in the boss fight that would compensate for the lack of perks. So after getting enough points, I go ahead and pack-a-punch my ASG to tier 2. After a couple rounds have passed, I get my ASG to gold as well. And I also pack-a-punch it tier 3. As I feel confident enough to start this boss fight, I think in my head that the zombies are moving at a pace that I can't keep my armor up with. So I decide to go for the gold armor side Easter egg. I get the first head here, I break the other box and get the second head, and go over to the statues. I place the head on the first statue, and head down to the second statue to place as well. At this point, I decide to turn on zombie health bars, as I believe it will help me during this side Easter egg and the main boss fight. I begin the blood sacrifice, and honestly, it was a breeze. I'm just using the ASG shotgun with the ammo mod that complements the specific boss type that I'm damaging at the time. After getting enough salvage, I go ahead and get the self-revive that I lost earlier. I begin the second blood sacrifice. This one wasn't as easy as the first one. I didn't have the right ammo mod, and I had an insta-kill live. The reason why I activated it so early before putting the ammo mod is because I thought I had enough time to do enough damage, but I was completely wrong. I was taking a little longer with the Doppelgast, and I was using my ice staff as well, mixing the damage together to hopefully get enough done to be able to get this blood sacrifice completed. But I accidentally ended the round, and my heart stopped. It stopped so fast because I was like, wait, I might fumble here. I might just throw the whole game right now. But I was lucky enough and got hit with a Vermin round. As I finished the blood sacrifice and the Vermin round at the same time, I go ahead and obtain the max ammo and get my golden armor. I equip Lightman on my ASG as I believe it'll compensate for the lack of Juggernog and Quick Revive. At this point, I feel fully prepared. I have gold armor, a maxed out weapon, an upgraded ice staff, comfortable gobble gums, a score streak, and equipment to work with. Having all that, I am still missing one of the most vital things in any zombies match you play, and that is perks. As I head towards the final encounter, I question if this is even possible. I have done this boss fight before, and it is difficult, and the community thinks it's difficult too. It is the most difficult boss fight in BO6 after all. So, would I be able to do this? Now, let's begin the final encounter. Honestly, the first couple of phases were pretty easy. The strategy was be on top when the laser was in the bottom, and be in the bottom when the laser was on top. And when the Sentinel artifact was ready to be damaged, I'll simply shoot an ice blast on the ground and put damage into the Sentinel artifact. Doing that for about 2 to 3 phases straight. The zombies wouldn't really bother me that much, as the ice staff would do the work needed to get rid of them. As no special enemies had spawned at any point, it was pretty much a breeze to get through. But, out of greed, something unexpected happened. After completing the second phase, I obtained the 1 max ammo needed. Then, the third phase was also completed, and for no reason at all, I decided to run for the max ammo and jumped into the laser that instantly downed me. This was a terrible turn of events, as I was saving the self-revive for the later phases with the special enemies that were much more dangerous than these lasers that I could have easily avoided. All for a max ammo that I did not need. But this did not scare me enough to give up. I had to see it through. So as I completed the next phase, the special enemy started to spawn with the Sentinel artifact attached to them. I easily defeated the first one with the ASG and dealt enough damage to the Sentinel artifact. The next phase begins with the Doppelgast and a blue Sentinel artifact zombie. This was a little bit of a struggle and a little scary, as the Doppelgast is really fast. Another reason why I decided to put Lightmend on the ASG was because it complements the damage to the Doppelgast, So I believe it would help me in this boss fight as they're the fastest ones and they'll be the ones chipping off my armor. I defeat the Doppelgas and lay damage into the Sentinel artifact to complete the phase. As the next phase begins, the Mimic is the main Sentinel artifact enemy. And in my head I'm thinking, this is going to be a very difficult one, as there's more special enemy types spawning. With the mix of zombies, it's going to get very, very tight. I have to be prepared for that. So I gotta stay on my toes. Perks like Stamina, PhD, Quick Revive work really well in this boss fight as it helps with movement and health recovery. But since I have none of that, I have to rely on my game sense and my skill to survive and keep moving no matter what. As I get ready to defeat the Mimic, I come across a problem of too many zombies. So I pop an Ether Shroud and lay damage into the Sentinel artifact to complete the phase. As the final special enemy phase approaches with the Amalgam, I feel confident in my ability to complete this challenge. As I begin to wrap up this last phase, clearing out all the enemies to take down the Amalgam, I decide to pop a Mutant Injection as I believe it'll be the fastest way and the safest. As I deal a lethal blow to the Amalgam, his health lowers all the way, and I get ready. Now the Sentinel artifact is dropped, I decide to do damage into the Sentinel artifact, but nothing's happening. I shoot it with my blast, I shoot again, and to no prevail, no damage was done. I was not aware of this before I started the match, so I assumed I'll be fine. So it seems like I gotta run that phase back again. As I progress through the phase, it seems to get more hectic and hectic, and I notice that I'm running low on ammo on my ASG. So I decide to go get ammo at the ammo cache upstairs. So as I run through dodging the lasers, I actually accidentally get hit by one. This really stumbled me as it did a lethal blow to my health. After running down in the bottom for a bit and recovering my health, I get ready to eliminate the amalgamation for one last time. As I plow into the Sentinel artifact to complete the phase, it is done. For the final stand, as the Sentinel artifacts all group together to beam into one central point, I use Ull's arrow one last time, laying all my ammo into the Sentinel artifact to then complete the challenge. The Tomb Easter egg, no perks, completed. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know. And honestly, it was pretty difficult. I hope you guys give this a try. It's a really fun time. And I hope you guys have a good day. Goodbye.